Every white person says the N-word or has said it before in the past. And I just want to make it clear from the beginning. If you think this is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to be like, oh, everybody says it, it's just a word, get over it. No, do I look like a fucking coon? Do I look like a conservative? Do I look like these black people who have absolutely no respect for themselves? Obviously, you shouldn't say the N-word, but what I'm saying is that every white person has said it or says it today. And I actually don't have a problem with whenever people dig up white people's pasts and they said some stupid shit. Like Dean Withers, for example. He's like some American liberal, whatever. He advocates for human rights and all that good stuff, but he has said the N-word before, and sometimes people try to call him out for it. Obviously, black people have the right to question him for it, but whenever white people come out of the woodworks and try to check him, it's like, leave that to black people, okay? If they're the ones that are offended, leave it to them. But obviously, this guy has changed, and he has taken accountability, and he literally said, yes, when I was like 14, 15, I said the N-word because I was ignorant. And obviously, I can't speak for every single black person, but I'm pretty sure most black people will fuck with you and even embrace you if you show them that you're actually sorry and you have changed and you have learned and you have grown. Oh, here goes the word. Oh my God. This is where all the Charlie Kirk fans are gonna start crying. Yes, motherfucker, white privilege is an empirically proven concept. And no, white privilege does not mean that your life is gonna be perfect if you're white. It just means your life is never gonna get worse solely based on your race. Now that we got that out of the way, one of the many different aspects of white privilege is being able to walk through the earth without ever giving a fuck. You can just consume any type of media, any type of music, and you never have to question, well, did they just steal that from black Americans or am I tripping? That's how you get these ignorant motherfuckers who can be like, oh, the N-word is just a word. Imagine getting offended over words. That word literally has nothing to do with you. It has never affected you. It has never meant anything to you, and it doesn't have to mean anything to you. Nothing has to mean anything to you. The world is basically designed for you to walk through it without ever giving a shit. To all the conservatives and conservatives, let me ask you a question. If I say, take Charlie Kirk, dig him up, and f*** him in the neck hole, how does that make you feel? Does that make you upset? That was only words, by the way. And to all the Arab Muslims that like to say the N-word, how do you feel when I say f*** Allah? Oh my God, that is vile, isn't it? If words were just words, I could sit here and say banana, poster, keys, car, soccer. If I did that, would you be able to understand anything? No, because what the fuck am I talking about? Words actually have assigned meanings to them. Oh yeah, that's how language works. And now let me explain it in a simpler way for the ones who still didn't understand. You say word have bad meaning. You say word, making person feel bad because word bad. And some people still won't understand that certain words have heavy historical and political meaning. But not everybody's a dumbass. Some people end up getting it eventually. That can be at 16, that can be at 30, that might be at 50. And we all know that saying the N-word is bad, but like really understanding the meaning behind it. And that it costs nothing to just be a decent person and not say it. If your black friends let you say it, then say it to them in private. It doesn't matter. It's none of our business, but don't enter the real world and start saying the N-word thinking you can just get away with it. In real life, you will get punched in the mouth. And there are a lot of people who have never been punched in the mouth, and you can just tell. So they come on the internet every day and say it until the day that they get their chins checked. And once they eat food from a straw, they're either going to actually apologize or they're going to be like, oh, black people, violent, back at it again. Well, you fucking dumbass. Most black people are probably not going to whoop your ass for saying the N-word. But you might catch one motherfucker who really does. And he can't be a representation of the entire race. But again, you shouldn't wonder when it does happen to you. But anyways, the point of this video is to say that every white person starts off as somewhat racist or somewhat ignorant because they never have to care. Unless their parents are actually really fucking based, or if they grew up with black people who actually put them on game, they start off so ignorant. And as long as they educate themselves and change their ways, I actually don't have a problem with that. Obviously, I'm going to be vetting them, but if they are legit, then yes, I can be friends with them. Earlier, I gave y'all a good example, Dean Withers. Now, let me give y'all a bad example, somebody like Neon. So he went on The Breakfast Club. He should have known better. They literally had Dr. Umar on and all that shit. Room full of black people. You don't think they're gonna be testing you? They obviously did. They called him out. They questioned his behavior. And a lot of people in the comments, mainly non-black people, obviously, thought that this was very annoying. They were like, why don't you guys just let him off the hook? He just had a racist face. He's just a kid. He apologized. But then months later, I don't know the exact timeline. I don't give a fuck about him. But I ended up seeing clips of him hanging out with Clavicular, an idiotic influencer who continuously says the N-word? What are the chances he checked him on it? And what are the chances he would have ever changed if it wasn't actually affecting his money and his reputation and his views? And that is why so many times when people apologize for saying the N-word, it feels so disingenuous, because the only reason they're doing it is because they got caught and it is affecting their business. That's why I don't trust these influencers who say the N-word. I don't. I need a lot more than an apology. I actually need to see their behavior change over a long period of time. And I need to see them do a bunch of positive shit for the black community. That does not necessarily have to be spending money or anything. Ideally, yes. Why not? Especially if you built your entire platform based on black culture, hanging out with black athletes and black rappers. But it does not have to be that. At least, educating your followers, reposting certain things, and not continuously reoffending like this fucking idiot Aiden Ross. But if you are genuine and you genuinely change your ways, you're good, bro. And you're not the only one. And it is not your fault to be born into this world where ignorance is the standard a lot of times.